Okay, everybody, so I'm gonna try this. We're back in the trailer. I'm gonna try to get stuff arranged here, so we'll just do it this way. One of those deals. Impromptu live. Get some light on the subject here, and now it just started raining. And then we got this squeaky fan going on. So we're here in Santa Rosa, California. We're at we're at my mom's house, and decided to go in the trailer. It's not really moochdocking because I'm not really staying in the trailer, although I could. Got the electric fan going, but you can hear the fan squeaking. Of course, I haven't. Hold on, let me adjust it. Well, if it squeaks again, then I will definitely turn it off because I don't really need it. So, how's everybody doing? I see two people are viewing. I see. Why is Hey Harry? How you doing? It's giving me messages about chat. And make sure you don't do this and make sure you don't do that. So, anyways, um, wearing my shirt that I got from the RTR. Thank you, Dan. My friend Dan, he got it for me. I didn't really care if I got a shirt or not, but I got a shirt now. So, of course, Bob's van on it, right? So, it's got to be Bob's van. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying it's got to be Bob's van. Let me kill this. This is killing me, this squeak. It's been sitting here for over a week and hasn't been running. So just turn it on and it's squeaking like crazy. So I don't know what that problem is. I don't know what the solution is or anything like that. So, anyways, moochdocking. Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't heard of it before, basically it means that you're camping in someone's driveway. Um, the mooch part comes kind of from staying in someone's house, still having the use of their maybe their bathroom and their the shower and a kitchen and stuff like that. I'm not doing that. I just thought it'd be a catchy phrase. Currently, I've got the plugged in. Oh, that's the other thing. You can plug in sometimes and run your appliances. Um, so I emptied a lot of the stuff out of here. Got the perishables out of the fridge, which there weren't a lot, and I went ahead and turned the fridge off, opened it up, let it air out, and I pretty much had everything off. So the solar power has just been kind of just, I guess, trickle charging the battery. Um, it's a real cloudy day here, rainy in Northern California, off and on. So um, it's kind of getting a charge, but I'm not using much electricity. Anyways, nothing really exciting here. Got Iris. I had pulled her bed out of there, but now I've got Iris sitting there. I put a blanket for her. Got the electric fan going. Everything here, but it is what it is. And pretty soon I'm going to have to start getting it ready for Tahoe. Uh, been working on in my head. I've been working on blah, 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 Murphy bed. So I'm still kind of running the design in my head. I'm not sure if I'm going to have that done by the time I go to Tahoe. I may not even start it because I'm just running in complications and running it in my head. And, um, financially, I'm a little bit tight. So, buying extra wood, hardware, all that stuff might be an issue. Uh, yeah, the general idea, though, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, the general idea is to have a Murphy bed and then have a booth seating arrangement underneath it. When the Murphy bed is up, have a booth seating arrangement underneath it, and I may or may not make it so that um, the seat back folds down. In fact, I need to, because if it's if the seat backs are up, the bed's either going to have to rest on the seat backs, or it's going to be over 80 inches between the seat backs, and that's way too much room. So I may just have to have the bed up higher, um, at a higher level, and then have the seat backs underneath it. Or I thought about making a folding seat back, that folds down flat, and the bed would rest on the back of the seat backs. So that's kind of something I've been kind of toying around with in my head. 80 inches, I mean, if you have it might not be too bad, but if I had it coming down between the seat backs, then I would want the seat backs to act as a footboard and a headboard. Um, so that's going to be over 80 inches. And I think that's just going to be too long. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Plus I don't have all the room in the world to work with. So anyway, I was kind of hoping we'd have more viewers on here. We got Harry, I guess, still. I had two, and then they went away. So I don't know. It's one of those deals. I tried to announce it ahead of time so that people could come watch, but people have got things to do instead of watching me, right? But anyways, I'm just kind of set up everything really quick here, and I got a drop light for additional lighting, so I don't have to use my phone. And I may do a short live on here and then switch over to Facebook. And I don't know, if I do regular Facebook, then got everybody in the world watching that's on my friends list, and I just don't know. I don't want to share everything with them, especially people that aren't a part of my I guess nomad life or camping life or whatever you want to call it, or not a part of the channel. So I might do that on Facebook Live on the group, or not the group, the Nomad Plan page. I just don't know. I don't know if I could get anybody on there. So it'd be kind of like I'm just talking to myself. But anyways, if you're still here, Harry, how's things going in, oh gosh, what was it? Tennessee? Hope I didn't get that wrong. But Tennessee, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why this thing keeps putting up a message for, I don't know. Oh, now I just hid the chat. And I don't know why this thing is doing this. There we go. We're back. Indiana. Gosh, I'm terrible. I'm sorry, Harry. Snow again this weekend. Yeah, it's actually been snowing pretty heavily in the Sierras of California and Nevada. So I've got a friend up there, and he's staying in his trailer. He's got a 17-foot trailer. He's staying in a, I guess, an RV park, and he has a winter job up there, taking care of the snow parks. And half the time he can't even get to them because they're either not plowed or somebody's gone in there and gotten stuck trying to get in, and yeah, it's not good. Good old Indiana. I've been through there a few times. Home of, I don't know, I guess, I don't know if you call it RV capital or trailer capital or whatever. So where they build a lot of trailers and RVs there, in certain parts of Indiana, and I'm just not getting in my head the actual city where they have a lot of manufacturing of that. But I know it was, what was it went through there? 80, right? So I know 80 went right through there where it was at. But yeah, I've been in Indiana a few times. Elkhart, thank you. I knew you would know. Yeah, this is a first. I've had this message popping up saying, "Be careful what you reveal," and da, 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 da. I don't know. I guess they're just trying to do their job as protecting everybody. Yeah, Elkhart. I used to see him go in there with the rolling chassis. They'd have a bunch of them, complete with just the motor and the steering wheel and yeah, the rear axle and the steer tires, of course, before they made them into other things. So it was kind of interesting. Then, of course, they'd have the van bodies, the front of the van and everything. But here in Santa Rosa, we're not really having any snow. The storm earlier in the week, there was snow at the lower elevations, the low is 1,000 feet, which is not unheard of, but it's not very usual. It's kind of rare, but it does happen from time to time. So, but yeah, we're just sitting here, and Iris is, yeah, she's all nice and comfy on her blanket, on the blanket, and yeah, I don't know what else to add. I was kind of hoping I'd have more people here to participate on the live chat, and I don't know. I mean, I guess this is the Nomad plan. I think it is. I've got two channels, and one's just a regular channel. Um, but the other one is, I'm fooling with stuff here. The other one is just a standard, yeah. Well, I'm fooling around here, Harry, so bear with me. I'm messing around here. Says you're supposed to be able to share this, and then it gives all these selections. It's direct. Yeah, I'm just messing around with. Okay. Yeah, so what I was saying before is my other YouTube channel, it was one that I used before. I was going to start doing something with it, and then I never did. So it's kind of just my channel for browsing other stuff. I like to keep it segregated. I like to keep that as what I view. Everything else that isn't related to, van life, RV life, solar, all that stuff. So on the other channel, I watch, I don't know. It's where I watch music videos. That's where I watch other topics. I watch, like the police chases by helicopter and all that stuff. I like to keep the two separate because when the suggested videos come up, I like them to be applicable to what I want to watch on that particular channel, right? I don't know if that makes any sense, but try to keep it organized. I'm not very organized, but I try to keep it organized. So Harry, you um, refresh my memory. Are you somebody that is or are going to be out here living this lifestyle, or are you just kind of an observer, or just refresh my memory? Why can't I talk? Refresh. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I wear this shirt just because, this volunteer shirt, just because it's a volunteer shirt. Um, Not advertising it, just it is what it is. I said this before, I gotta get a different hat. This is, yeah, I just want to get a different hat. But right now I'm wearing it to hide my white head. Although sun's not going to be a problem today or last couple days, but still. Um, Anyways, I'm sitting there. I got to get the eventually here. I got to get the trailer ready for Tahoe, and I don't know. I'm thinking about microwaving here maybe because I can plug into electricity. So I may do that. Wait, I can't even leave. Let me pull up chat. Oh, it keeps hiding on me. Uh, oh, okay. Nice. Your van, do you have like a, I don't know, like a high top, or is it a camper conversion, or what kind is it? You see, we got another person watching. Hello, person, whoever you are. Feel free to jump in and say hi. I don't think we bite heads off, or maybe you just want to be anonymous. That's fine too. I just like to have interaction with people. See, just a GMC high top. We put a queen size bed in it. Nice, especially with two people. Yeah, that's got to be. You got to have that. That's got to be nice. Is a queen size bed? Yeah, definitely. Um, I could have went queen size in this bed or in this trailer, but then I would have no room at all. So that's why I just got a what do they call it? Call it an extra large twin. So it's like 39 wide, 39 inches wide, but it's 80 inches long. So, and I like the long length. In the Subaru, I had just 6 feet on my bed, and I am 6 foot tall, and I had no room for the pillows. I mean, I did have room for the pillows, but I was kind of scrunched up. So I learned my lesson from that. Things you don't really necessarily think about until you're actually doing it. Then, yeah, everything comes to a realization. So that was kind of interesting. Let's see what the chat said here. Wish the chat could just stay on. The other person is me. I switched my laptop so I can type. Oh, okay. So I got you and you. Yeah, I know. It's kind of frustrating when you're watching on phones. It's kind of frustrating to be able to type with your phone. So I get that. It shows two people at once. Yay, I got two viewers at once. Although it usually tells me that I have had two different viewers. So I would imagine they go off the IP address, but who knows? Maybe they just go off devices. But I'm running my heater. It's starting to get warm in here. I didn't want to run the propane. I could have, but why? It just adds more humidity to the air. Um, let's see what the solar's doing today, huh? What have I been running since I've been in here? The fan. That's all I've been running is the fan. And not for very long because it was squeaking. So we'll take a look at the solar. Let's see what that's doing. Now, I've got cloudy skies up outside. And let's see. The panel is putting out 42.5 volts currently, zero point 0.2 amps, and 6.8 watts, which isn't a lot for wattage, but it's cloudy. So let's go to the battery. Battery is 14.4 volts, and yeah, I mean, I really need to draw it down a little bit, run something, but maybe a fan. Maybe I should just put a fan on in here. Don't really need to though. And I didn't really want to disconnect my solar. Oh, so the other thing I noticed, so let's pull this up so everybody can see it. So, or for Harry to see it. Harry's gone. Harry's back. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's kind of, now I noticed that the camera's backwards now, so I know that much. So it is 14.4 volts, and I mean the battery's full. I'll just let the solar keep it topped off. That's what I'll do. Got to reconfigure this. Now, when I'm in Tahoe, I'm going to have electricity. But my thought is that I'm going to put in a shore power plug, and I'm going to bring that in, have a power strip, and then I'm going to have, I think I'm going to get a trickle charger just to keep the battery up. I'm going to have the solar active, but I'm going to be in trees, right? So it's not going to get that much of a charge. And I think I'm going to continue running my 12 volt stuff, for recharging, and also the fan. And I haven't decided on the fridges. I could plug the fridges directly into electricity to not tap off the battery. But I'll have to experiment around with that. But so I want to have a trickle charger on the battery, and then power strip, and then of course I'll have, especially when it's cold, I'll have the electric heater. Maybe I'll have two. And I'm thinking about adding a microwave. And who knows, later on I might add an air conditioner. But I've got electricity to plug in there, so I might as well do it. That's kind of the plan. I'm planning to have one of my fridges, Alpacool CX40, as a fridge, and then take the other one, the CX or the C15, and have that as a freezer. So that way I can have ice cream. That sounds like a yummy plan to me. And so where was I going with that about the electricity? I know there was something I was going to touch upon, but I just can't remember what it was. It's getting warm in here. Oh, the coffee. Coffee's great. It is getting warm in here, though. I mean, finally. It doesn't ever get warm on the floor, and that's the thing. Of course, I've got the door cracked open, but yeah, it takes a little while to get the feet warm. Looking to see what we have here. Let's see. Yeah, it won't cycle my batteries as much. However, I think it's always kind of good to drain your batteries down a little bit. Just kind of keep it going. I could keep them just topped off, and the little things that I do use, like the fan or whatever. I mean, I could do that, but we'll see. I'm looking to see. Oh, I don't have. Do I? Looking to see if I have something here. Oh, yeah, it's moved around, so I do have it. All right. There's dog food that somebody gave me. Their dog didn't like it, so I've yet to feed Iris that food. She's not used to having soft food, so I don't know if that's going to have any issues or not. But yeah, I just kind of doing the thing here now. Away from the trailer a little bit. I've got some projects to do. I noticed that we have what we call, well, in Colorado we call it a mudroom. It's a little outdoor screened-in porch, with a roof and everything like that. And notice that the roof has been leaking. And the reason it's been leaking is there's a lot of debris on the roof, and it's a very gentle slope roof. And so all this debris is up there, and it's backed up water, and it's come into the seams. then all the gutters have to be cleaned out. So that's something I've got in the future here to do. And well, I was really hoping to get more people on here. No offense, Harry, but you know it would be nice to have some people on here. Let me just share this, and maybe I'll get one or two more people. I just put it on Facebook. I don't care if these people that. Okay, so that's what I did. I went on there. Got a computer fan mounted on the circulate the heat down the floor. Yeah, I have my friend Doug, which you may or may not have seen, gave me a USB fan once, and it hardly blows any air at all. The other fans I have, which are 12 volt, they pull like what was it, 15 amps? I was really surprised. Um, so my plan is, yeah, I'm gonna have some sort of. I get a lot of cold air that comes down on the floor, and I mean, part of that has to do with me insulating better, and I know where the problems are. I need to insulate better. Um, but of course, the other problem is not getting heat to the floor, and I really do need to have a fan. Now, when I'm in Tahoe, I can certainly plug in and use the fan that way. But I'm hoping that I can take the heater, put it over by the door where some of the cold air comes in, not a lot, but some of it, and just so that'll heat up the air as it comes in, and I'll have it blowing underneath the bed, or depending on my bed configuration. You know, if I change the bed configuration, then that's a little different. But um, it's going to be a lot colder in Tahoe, so I imagine I'm going to probably have an electric heater running all day long, all night long. But I can do it because there's electricity, and we aren't metered, so they, you know, whatever you use, you use. But in a moment, I got to go over to the side here and take care of something that I see that needs taken care of. But I'll leave the live feed on. But yeah, it's just a matter of getting things straightened out. So as far as travel's going, this is the plan, tentatively. And you know, things happen. I may have to be back here to take care of my mom. I just don't know yet, but this is tentatively the plan. Um, Go ahead and do Tahoe this winter or this summer. And once I get out of there in October, maybe come back here for a brief period of time. And then the plan is to start hitting the circuit. So that's October, it's November. Might work my way down to the van build in Arizona, depending on where that is and if it's being held. I mean, I'm sure it will be held, but you never know from year to year. I've never been to the van build, so it'd be interesting to see it, see what's going on there. It's kind of like an RTR, but not really, right? So who knows? I don't think I'm going to have anything built. I mean, I might, but at this juncture, I'm not planning. Um, so after that, so that's, you know, December-ish. I might want to be back home for Christmas, just depending on what's going on. And then from there, I'm guessing I'll either head down through Nevada, maybe Death Valley, or just go straight down to Arizona. But some of the things I want to hit is Death Valley. I want to camp as close as I can to this. There's a place called Star Wars Canyon, and they run their jets through there. The military does. So I'd like to go there and try to see that. And then, of course, excuse me, I'd like to get kind of by the back gate of the place that we're not supposed to talk about, near Rachel, Nevada, and then otherwise known as Groom Lake. Then I'd like to hit that other town that I was told about. I can't remember what it was, but it's where they have the drone base. That's where they fly excuse me, all the drones out of, and they operate them from. So I'd like to do that. And at least one night I'd like to camp at the end of Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. Apparently they have all day, all night sorties, flying out of there. And you're at the end of the runway and they're taking off right overhead. From what I understand, you will not get any sleep. But it's going to be a heck of a show. So, just a couple places I want to go to. That place in Death Valley, it's not too, as far as places go, it's not too far from Beatty, Nevada, where I camped before. I don't know how far, maybe 50 miles, something like that. And I don't know if there's any good camping nearby there. So, that's kind of what my plan is, anyways. Just loosely, and then wherever else, Ehrenberg. I'm really going to work on getting some things taken care of to where I could get my passport so I can go over to Algodones in Mexico. And I might even go down to Baja. Just depends. And then the next summer, who knows what I'm going to do. I may be going to Oregon. I may not. It just depends on how the cookie crumbles. I just don't know. We will see what happens. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of my plans. Oh, something I noticed. I don't know how this happened. I don't think they loosened up. So I noticed on my rack on the roof where I have my vertical uprights holding the rack pieces, all the screws are backed out. I don't think somebody undid them. They might have, but I don't think so. I think what happened was that I forgot to screw them in. Although I'm pretty sure that I did screw them in. So they either worked their way out or somebody unscrewed them. One is in tight. The rest of them are all undone. So I don't know. I mean, why would someone loosen those? I mean, yeah, I just don't. I don't know where that would have happened at, unless it happened at the Flying J when I was parked there. I mean, I did hear some people outside, some coughing, and occasionally I'd feel the trailer move, but, I just figured that it was trucks and stuff. Maybe someone was trying to steal the solar panels? No idea. I have no clue. But I'm pretty sure I had them tightened up before I left. So, and I don't look at them. I mean, I was more so looking at the solar panels to make sure they weren't coming loose from the U-bolts that I had mounted to the 2x4. So, I have no idea. I don't know what the deal is there. All I know is I have to tighten them up. And I think what I'll do, just for a safety precaution, is I'll take a little of the self-leveling compound that I have, and I'll put it on the threads and then screw it in. That way it has something more to kind of hold it in there, stick it. But yeah, I don't think they're self-tappers, and I just basically drill the pilot hole and then drove it in. So I don't think that they came out on their own. Again, you never know how these washboardy roads are going into these camping places. I mean, it's possible, but almost all of them look like they're backed out except for one. And I don't know, but wouldn't that be a heck of a deal if they're all loosened up and flying down the highway and the wind catches it just right and works it off? The whole panel and everything, I mean, the whole rack panel, everything would go flying back. So, and it actually, probably my luck, it wouldn't have snapped the cable right away, and so I'd have this whole apparatus flipping around in the wind behind the trailer, at the back of the trailer, held on by two little wires. That'd be my luck. So yeah, really got to check this stuff more carefully. Now that I know, I'll keep an eye on it, but it's not going anywhere for a while. So, and who knows? Those may have been loosened here. I mean, somebody may have been trying to take the panels. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I don't pay attention to all the screws. When I'm looking at my trailer, I'm looking at the lock on the door, and I'm looking at the back and seeing if there's been any prying or anything like that. So, um, something I'm going to have to keep an eye on, because if that happened and they took that many screws out or backed them out, they weren't all the way out, but they backed them out, except for one. If that's the case, then if they stopped, they may have gotten interrupted. They may have got scared, but they might be back. And I don't know when that could have happened. So I'm going to have to work on that, because, I don't want them stealing my panels. Jeez. I mean, who knows why people do what they do? I mean, around here, anywhere, they'll steal anything that's not bolted down if they think it's of value. So just got to keep on top of it. I mean, maybe I should just go purchase some Loctite and really make it difficult for them to take it out. I don't know. I have no idea. But I will definitely be keeping an eye on them from this point out, and go from there. So, all right. Well, we're going up on about 37 minutes, almost 40 minutes. It's probably long enough to do any live stream. Bore the heck out of anybody who's going to watch this. And yeah. I figure I'd do a live and interact with whoever, but that's not happening. So it looks like I have no idea. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here. It was nice talking with you, Harry. Hope hope you stay warm there in Indiana. And we're trying to stay warm here, although it's not that cold. And although I tell you, all the years I lived in Colorado, and the teens and single digits and stuff, a lot of times I'm colder here in California than I was ever there. And that's because of the humidity. In Colorado, you don't have the humidity like you do here. So, yeah, just one of those deals. So, all right, we'll let you guys go. Take care, Harry, and everybody, like I always say, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. All right.